Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and I'm back with another recap of Tyler Perry's Zatima Season 2, Episode 20, The Ugly Truth, which is the season finale, I believe. Oh my gosh, let's just say this episode was emotional, very heartfelt, and definitely relatable. But let's get into it. So, after Zach finds out about Bryce's, pressing him about the whole money situation, basically Bryce blames Zach for the reason, but then it come to find out, let's just say it's a whirlwind. So basically, Bryce calls the bank, and he was like, there's no money on all of it. But then Zach told Bryce, like, listen, I told you I didn't have the money for it because my personal account covers the business account. So he was like, why would you do this? You took that deal even though I told you not to. He was like, yeah, I did. Then come to find out, Bryce and he was like, it was Gary. So Bryce steps outside to call Gary, and Gary basically says like, yeah, I pulled out of the deal. So you pulled out of the deal and didn't tell nobody. So it was like I was left to fend for yourself. So after that whole confrontation with Bryce, he leaves. He said, I'm gonna go get it fixed and figure it out. And Angela leaves. It's like, I'm sorry for all this, but she leaves right behind him. So now, Zach, he basically calls the bank and they basically let him know what's happened. So that's how that happened. So since Zach's personal account covered the business account, all his money is gone, regardless of what he had is gone. So basically, Fatima tells Zach, like, listen, I got you. We're a team now, so I can help you with your money issues. But he was like, listen, I'm not going to take the money from you. Like, we just got back on one accord, and I'm happy you're here. I'm not about to take your money. She was like, it's all right, I got you. But he was like, now let's just see what Bryce does. But she was like, yeah, if that doesn't happen, whatever, I got you. It is what it is. I got you. So she basically, like, he wants to go to sleep, but he got so much on his mind, so he's like all over the place. She was like, yeah, that's a good reason why he needs some rest. And he was like, listen, I'm not talking about sex right now. He was like, and I don't have to talk about the side chick either. She's like, listen, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about a sleep gummy. So eventually, I guess she gets him to calm down, and he goes to take a nap, and she's out of her shower. So Angela calls her and was talking to her like, yeah. Meanwhile, while they're, having a thing, back at Angela's place, Bryce is on the phone. He ends up talking to his father. He basically lets him know, like, I'm sorry for all of this. Like, thank you for being here for me. I'm going to just get the money from my father. And eventually, he was like, listen, I'm going to go get this fixed, and he leaves. So he calls Fatima. Now, back at Fatima's place, Fatima answers the phone. Angela tells him, like, yeah, I think he has the money. He's going to get it from his father. And, as he should, because, it was your reason why things went left in the first place. Because Zach was pissed off, and as you should be, like, I told you don't do it, and you do it anyway, so you have every right, and this is on you. So, after this, Fatima was like, she's going to go to the hospital to talk to his brother, because basically his mom is brain dead. There's nothing really you can do. She's a vegetable. Nothing you can do. So she's going to go to talk to his brother at the hospital while Zach takes a nap. So Fatima says she'll call Angela later, and that was done. So Fatima now gets to the hospital. She sees Jeremiah in the hallway, and she sits down and says, I just want to talk to you. he's already like hostile and kind of like aggressive and loud. But she was like, listen, I'm just trying to talk to you. Like, I need you to rethink about taking your mom off life support. You know, Zach wants the same thing, and you know, y'all gotta be on one accord. So basically, they have an actually good conversation. And it's like Jeremiah changed his heart in a way, like it went from being aggressive to like soft and calm, and it was like, okay, I like this type of Jeremiah. So eventually, after they talked, and she like told him like, listen, you wouldn't want it just to be like, you wouldn't want to be laid up in there, and he was like, no. So she was like, I don't think you would think your mother would want to do the same thing. He was like, no, okay. So they had a good talk. He basically apologized for calling her a B. And she was like, yeah, just know it's not going to happen again. He was like, it won't. They eventually hugged it out at the end. I was just like, wow. You would never thought the day you would see that happen. He basically became soft. It's like, I guess Fatima has that touch. Like, she talks to you calm and cool, and it still gets the point across without having to be loud and belligerent. And I was just like, wow, that was a turning point for them. So she gets back home. While she's driving to go back home, Zach ended up coming downstairs, and he calls to see where Fatima's at. Next you know, he hears her car. She comes in, and she was like, yeah, I just had to go out to run an errand. It's like, as soon as she leaves to go back to the house, the doctor calls, and it was like, Dr. Harris. She basically tells Zach that the mom went to cardiac arrest, and then they head back to the hospital. So they get back to the hospital. They go into the room. Jeremiah was like, she's already gone. And it was a nice soft first sight to see it, Jeremiah. Like, it was beautiful. And they both said Jeremiah already said his goodbyes. He was like, listen, after this, I'm leaving. Like, and Jeremiah was like, the only person that loved me is gone. Basically, if Zach didn't love you, he would not be there. So that was that. He also got kids that he was like, my kids don't love me, so I'm gone. And he said, after this, you know, just let me know when the funeral is, because he don't got the money for it. He was like, I got you. And he said he's gonna go get high. After that, he leaves the room. Zach wanted to say his goodbyes, but Fatima wanted to step out. He was like, no, I'd rather you stay. So he says his goodbyes. He said, you were selfish, but I love you. And I'm going to promise to be better for my girl and for my kids. And he gives her a kiss and says goodbye. That was it. And he loves her. So meanwhile, Jeremiah also said before he leave that his mom had a box for him, and that wants him to go by the house to pick it up, because after a while he's not gonna be there much longer. So they leave the hospital. They get to the mom's place, and Fatima's outside at Zach's car while Zach is upstairs. Next you know, Connie pulls up, and she was like, hi, Fatima. And Fatima was like, hi. And she's just talking about, like, you know, I'm sorry for the loss. And that Gladys was like, she was spicy. She was on one, but, you know, she loved her kids. Next you know, Zach comes downstairs with the box. He talks to Connie, even though Fatima's there. And she basically thanked him for letting her use his car. They gave her a little slight hug. You could tell Fatima was just like, really? But anyway, she was like, she walked to the side, and he walked to the car. And basically, I guess Connie wants to go to the funeral because she has every right to. That's been like her childhood mom since they were kids, so that's right. So eventually they get into the car. Connie walks off. Zach was like, you good? And she was like, yeah, I'm good. And then he opens the box, and it was a VHS. She was like, who still use VCRs anymore? Who still use VCRs anymore? Because trust me, I haven't seen one in like ages. So Fatima was like, we have one at the office. We can go now. There's nobody there. So they head to the office. They go to, I guess, the break room or conference room, and they plug in the TV. And next thing you know, they put the video on. It's both Jeremiah and Zach when they was kids, and their mom at the park. Shout out to Cairo. Go ahead, Cairo. Making your acting debut. Go ahead, little boy. I know that the Lavelle was so proud and happy when he was like, oh, they go my boy, they go my boy. Oh, that was nice. So, there's a video of them playing in the park. And basically, his mom said in the video that, you know, this is hard, but I love you. I don't want y'all to, like, kind of resent the choices I've made when I get older. And y'all don't fight and hate one another, but I love you. And then she leaves, and Fatima cuts off the video. And it was nice to see that he was, like, in the midst of trying to be hard on her, he didn't realize until now that she was just trying to do the best the best she can at that time. So she did love them. It just, she had a hard way of showing that she loved them. So after that, Fatima and Zach talk. Come to find out, this is the best way to end this sad episode. Fatima tells him some good news. And she tells us that she's pregnant. I was just like, oh my gosh, yes. Because I couldn't deal with all that sad stuff. Even though sad stuff happens all the time, but still, you just need something to brighten your mood to get you going. But yeah. See, Zach and Jeremiah didn't even have to do that power of attorney and take off life support. Like, her body did it for them. Like, gave them that that they were so scared to do. And it's like, that's sad, but at the same time, it's like, it was necessary. Because it's like, dang. Yeah, it's so sad. Rest in peace, Gladys. Zach, you're going to be an amazing person. Going forth, be better and make better and wiser choices. Because now you got 3 kids. Well, 2 and the possibly. Because we still on the fence if Karen's baby is really his baby. Okay. So, yeah, what a way to end the episode, end the season. Like, whew, wow. That's definitely going to be a lot. But with Fatima by his side, they going to make it. So, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this recap. And I can't wait to see what Season 3 has to offer. Whew. But anyways, I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.